It seems from our discussion that social media platforms are making some effort to curb the spread of fake news in this country. However, I disagree with the impression that acting merely as host of user-generated content exempts this platform from any liability for the harmful content they allow to be exhibited.
So, lumalaganap yung fake news kasi daming nag-share. So, biblame natin si Meta kasi maraming nag-share. Simple lang, ang responsibility niyan ay yung sa mga taong nag-post at sa mga... Okay, magandang araw po sa inyo lahat and welcome ulit dito sa Tino Tantabunod PH channel mga kababayan. And nandito naman po tayo para sa ating panibagong reaction video ngayon mga kababayan. At ito, pag-usapan natin, ito patungkol pa rin dito sa Tri-Committee hearing nung ginawa makailang araw lang. Nako mga kababayan, ito tanong natin, Congressman Akop gustong i-ban yung Meta or Facebook sa Pilipinas? Yan yung tanong natin ngayon mga kababayan kasi stay tuned kayo hanggang sa huli kasi ito pag-uusapan natin dito mga kababayan kung anong mga lumabas dito sa pinag-usapan nila dito sa TRICO mga kababayan or mga posibleng mga implikasyon sa mga tanong ni Congressman Akop dito mga kababayan. Diba? Ito, share natin yung video. Itong parte lang, maiksing lang ito mga kababayan. Naka-speed up din ito. And then again, stay tuned kayo hanggang sa huli kasi discuss natin ito para maintindihan natin kung anong mga laman ng mga tanong or ng mga gustong sabihin or ipahiwatig ni Congressman Akop dito mga kababayan. Okay? Ito, umpisa na natin. By the way, paki-like and share ng videos natin. And then, paki-subscribe din po sa ating channel. Okay? So, of course, sa lahat na nakapag-subscribe, of course, palakpakan. Ito, umpisa na natin. Play na natin mga kababayan.
Before I proceed, Mr. Chair, I'd like to briefly manifest that the absence of a clearly accountable and empowered Meta entity here in the Philippines is a crucial issue. Then I
Umpisa pa lang mga kababayan, no? May laman na.
hope the Meta people would agree with that. As we have heard, Facebook Philippines does not control the platform, nor does it handle content regulation or policy enforcement. This makes it difficult for Filipinos to seek timely and effective recourse when harm occurs online. That is why we are exploring the idea of requiring accreditation or registration for social media platforms operating in this country to ensure that there is a readily accessible, responsible point of contact that understands and complies with our laws. It's a matter of accountability, Mr. Chair, not just for regulation, but for the protection of the Filipino people. And may I proceed, Mr. Chair? I'll touch on accountability, which was a little bit touched by the Honorable Gutierrez. May I ask, Meta, are you aware of the number of Filipinos who use Facebook and Instagram? Are you aware of the number?
Mr. Chairman, if I may. Congressman, I assume you're referring to here in the Philippines or globally?
Philippines,
Yes, I think the last numbers that we reported were over 90 million.
90 million.
Over 90 million.
Okay. And would you agree that you have a responsibility to these users to keep the space you provide them free and open? You have that responsibility, would you agree?
Sorry, do we have the responsibility to keep our platforms free and open?
Yes.
Sir? I think we have the responsibility to do the best we can to balance the rights of Filipino people to free expression, but also the rights of people to have a safe space on our platforms. I believe that's what you're getting at.
Yes. And because of such, the posting of false information and misleading news, the content that harms not only the subjects of the questionable post, but also the public trust in state institutions should not be tolerated. Would you agree with that also?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Well, the answer is yes or no.
I think, Congressman,
Would you agree with that?
Congressman, when I want to answer this question carefully.
May I know why you are going to answer it carefully?
Sir, yes, absolutely, sir. I want to say that when we come to topics like misinformation, there are different interpretations of that. And this is why we rely on third-party fact checkers to be the authoritative sources of what is true or false and to make those determinations. So that we, as a neutral platform and one that is committed to providing, again, the best we can do to balance freedom of expression and safety, are not the ones making the determination about what is true and false. So I believe that we have the proper system in place where we rely on third-party fact checkers that are internationally certified to be the authoritative sources on what constitutes misinformation. And from that point, we have the responsibility to act on the findings that those third-party fact checkers provide to us. And if they provide us the finding that that's false, then we do have the responsibility, and it is in our community standards, to make sure we've reduced that distribution of the content and properly labeled it, so anyone seeing that content knows that they are viewing something that is false and that they can access the authoritative source of information so that they can understand what the real situation is. And I think that that's the way that we do our best to make that proper balance of providing freedom of expression, but also safety for the people of the Philippines and indeed our global community. And again, I just want to emphasize, even then we will go as far as to removing misinformation if it's clearly false and can lead to physical violence or violates elections law. Right? In those cases, we will remove it. And I think that that's the best that's the best system we've had over many years of dealing with these issues around the world, to kind of balancing to the best that we can those dueling objectives of freedom of expression and safety.
Thank you, Doctor. But my question was very simple, whether the posting of false information or misleading news content that harms not only the subjects of the questionable post should not be tolerated. It's answerable by yes or no. Should this not be tolerated by platforms? Yes or no?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Grabe naman si Akop, mga kababayan.
I want to just emphasize the point that people disagree. We're in a world right now when people disagree on what's true and what's not
Are you
true.
trying to tell this committee that you do not agree with that?
I'm trying to explain to the committee, Mr. Congressman, that the approach we have is based on remaining a neutral platform that tries our best in very difficult circumstances, in very robust democracies like the Philippines, where there are very charged political debates going on. We do our best to balance freedom of expression on the one hand and safety on the other, and that our view on the best way to do that is to rely on third parties to make the determination when it comes to true or false, or somewhere in between. And we think that that's the best way forward. And Mr. Congressman, actually, I would say, I don't think you necessarily want us to be the ones that determine what's true and false. I don't think you would want us to undertake that kind of that kind of power, basically. I think that, this is, in a democratic system, this is kind of the best balance we can possibly strike when it comes to how to moderate these types of issues on our platforms in the type of context that we have in the lead up to an election, for example. And I would just note again that we take our content moderation very seriously. We take our fact-checking program very seriously. We have 11 different channels between the government and our platforms to address any type of misinformation or other harmful content. We undertake network disruptions if we see that there's a coordinated abusive pattern when it comes to misinformation or disinformation or any type of foreign interference. And as a result of that, and I would just, again, in the last election cycle, we were given an award by COMELEC for this work. And so I just have to continue to lean on that posture and on that approach as the best way that we can support the community that we have here in the Philippines.
Thank you. But as we have discussed earlier, that there are systems and controls in place to remove posts that violate community guidelines. So we can both agree that some posts do not belong on the platform.
Yes, we can absolutely agree. We can absolutely agree on that, yes.
You can agree with that already?
There are some posts that don't belong on the platform? Yes, absolutely.
And as the platform itself, you would take action to remove these posts?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And
If they
therefore,
violate our community standards, we would remove them.
yes, thank you. And therefore, it's fair to say that the platform has a duty to prevent the spread of such posts because they can cause harm. Would that also be correct?
And Mr. Congressman, we have a duty to act on content that violates our community standards, and in some cases, specifically if it violates local law.
No, doctor, my point is that you have a duty to prevent the spread of such posts because they can cause harm. That's the gist of my question.
We have a duty to remove posts that we're aware of that violate our community standards. Yes.
Thank you, doctor. Now, could I say that you recognize that Meta bears some responsibility for what is shared and posted on Facebook or Instagram?
Mr. Chairman, if I may. Sir, every individual user bears the ultimate responsibility for what he or she posts on our platforms. I think that it's important to underline that point.
That's a given.
That's a given, okay.
Now,
Right.
what
So-
I'm asking is whether Meta bears some responsibility for what is shared and posted on Facebook and Instagram. That's my question.
Yeah, so what I would say is we absolutely...
Do you?
Sir, if I may, we very much believe that we have a responsibility to provide a safe platform for our users around the world, including in Philippines.
That's your obligation. But my question is, would you bear some responsibility for what is shared and posted in your platforms? Yes or no? It's a very simple question.
Sir, I just want to be really clear about this again. Okay. Our responsibility is to make sure that we are doing the best we can to balance between voice and safety. Okay. And the ultimate
Mr. Chair.
responsibility, for the people,
Chairman.
for the content posted is the
I
people
think
that
the
post it.
doctor is evading the answer to my question. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry will say that it's answerable by yes or no.
Mr. Congressman, the ultimate responsibility lies with the user who
I
posts the
agree.
content.
But what I'm asking is if Meta bears some responsibility. I'm not asking whether you are the primordial entity to be responsible. No, I'm not asking that. My question is whether you bear some responsibility.
Mr. Congressman, if I may, I believe I've answered the question that I think the user bears the responsibility for what they post on our platform. Now, we have a set of community standards that we do our best to uphold because we want everyone to have a positive experience on our platforms and a safe experience on our platforms. And that's what our community standards are for. That's what our fact-checking programs are for. That's why we take these hearings very seriously. That's why we have the 11 different relationships with the government agencies in the Philippines so that harmful content can be reported to us. And I think that's how we do our best, like I said, to ensure that people have a voice and the freedom of expression while also a safe experience. But as I said, I think the ultimate responsibility for content lies with the user that's posted it.
Mr. Chair, the questions I would be asking would depend on the answer of Dr. Funkel insofar as whether Meta bears some responsibility, and therefore, since he has said that he cannot answer me directly, I will not ask the other questions, but may I make a manifestation, Mr. Chair? It seems from our discussion that social media platforms are making some effort to curb the spread of fake news in this country. However, I disagree with the impression that acting merely as host of user-generated content exempts this platform from any liability for the harmful content they allow to be exhibited. As part of our legislative duties, I think it may be time to revisit the current legal framework regarding these social media platforms, if only to incentivize them to further crack down on these types of illegal posts. Now, may I go to another issue, Mr. Chair? Yes, Mr. Chair. Regarding monetization.
Stop lang muna tayo dito mga kababayan kasi monetization na yung pinag-usapan nila dito. Kasunod lang pinag-usapan dyan. Ito, pag-usapan natin ng mabilisan mga kababayan kung anong mga lumalabas dito sa mga puntong gustong ipinahiwatig dito ni Congressman Acop mga kababayan. Diba? O, pakinggan nyo naman. So ito yung sa mga ilan pag-usapan natin ha. And then stay tuned hanggang sa huli kasi simple lang naman problema ito mga kababayan. At ang dali lang ng gawa ng solusyon diyan sa Congress nang hindi na kinakailangan ng mga ganitong mga fake na pag-uusapan mga kababayan. Kasi lumalabas dito, pinapalabas nila na in aid of legislation. Kaya ini-invite yung mga vloggers. And alam naman natin kung sino mga vloggers na ini-invite nila. Yung mga pro Duterte lang. And alam naman natin kung anong purpose niyan. Binabanatan lang nila yan para makabawi sila. Kasi hindi sila makabawi through social media. Okay? So yan lang naman yung purpose nila dyan. Actually, kung talagang gusto nilang makontrol itong or ma-address itong paglaganap ng fake news, ang dali lang mga kababayan. Ito, magbigay tayo. Sa huli, magbigay tayo ng mga basic suggestions lang na hindi na talaga kailangan ng mga ganito. Okay, so anong mga lumalabas dito sa pinag-usapan ni Congressman Acop at ng mga representative ng Meta? Okay, number one, lumalabas mga kababayan na gustong gawa ng regulation ng Congress itong mga social media platforms. Okay, hindi ko lang alam kung anong klaseng regulation, yet gusto nilang gawan nila yan. Hindi pa klaro as of ngayon, pero ang lumalabas parang magiging katulad ito ng mga TV station o radio station na kung saan kailangan nila ng mga franchises. Parang ganun yung mga posibleng mangyayari. Okay? Ano pa? At ito, pinapasa ng mga kongresistang ito, ini-insist ng lalo na ni Congressman Acop mga kababayan na ang accountability sa paglaganap ng Facebook ay kay Meta, ay kay Facebook. O kahit sabihin natin hindi full accountability. Sinasabihan niya yung Meta na you share some responsibility sa paglaganap ng Facebook. Facebook, fake news pala, sorry. Di ba? So, halata dito mga kababayan na hindi nagbabasa ito ng terms and conditions ito si Congressman Acop. O baka wala itong social media account. Posible din. Okay? Kaya nga, ini-insist dito ng Meta or ng Facebook na ang kanilang role dito ay platform lang. Kung iisipin mo, I think nung bata pa tayo, nung high school pa tayo, meron tayong tinatawag na freedom wall. Parang ganyan lang yang Facebook na yan. Anong nandyan sa freedom wall? So pwede mo ilabas, isulat lahat dyan sa freedom wall kung anong gusto mong sabihin. Unlimited yan. Walang pipigil sa iyo. Parang ganyan lang yung Facebook or yung mga social media na kung saan kung galit ka, pwede ka mag-post. Kung meron kang pinariringgan, pwede mo i-post diyan. What's on your mind, pwede mong i-post. Parang ganyan lang yan. Tama man yan o mali yung sinasabi mo dyan, hindi yan malalaman ni Facebook unless merong magre-report. Halimbawa, nagsasabi ka ng mali, i-report ka. At trabaho, dyan papasok yung trabaho ni Facebook na kapag nalaman nilang mali yung ginagawa mo or fake yung sinasabi mo, pwede ano nila yung account mo or yung take down nila yung post mo. Di ba? Pero ini-insist talaga dito ni Congressman Acop mga kababayan na itong Meta talaga or mga social media platform meron talagang responsibility dito sa paglaganap ng fake news. At nako, mga kababayan, since hindi inaako ng Meta itong responsibility na gustong akuin ni Congressman, gustong akuin ng Meta gustong ipaako ano ba to? Gustong ipaamin. Kaya na lang ni Congressman Acop mga kababayan. immediately nag-conclude na siya that the Meta is evading the questions. O, yan lang. Hirap kasi dito mga kababayan, dito sa Congress hearing. Walang tama yung mga resource person. Kapag hindi sang-ayon sa kanilang gusto, yung sinasabi ng mga resource person, automatically mali yan. Oh. Ang nagdidetermine lang ng kung anong tama na information dito sa Congress hearing ay yung mga congressman lang. O katulad nito, ini-insist ng Meta na ang responsibility ay nasa nag-post or sa user, which is tama nga naman. Kasi hindi papasok yung information na yan, hindi papasok yan sa Facebook kung walang isang taong nagpo-post niyan. Wala ring information na lalaganap kung walang taong mag-share niyan. Ako nga, meron akong isang Facebook page. Ilang buwan na. Wala pang followers until now kasi walang nag-share ng post ko. O ngayon, i-blame ko si Meta kasi hindi siya nag-share. O baliktarin natin, ito, lumalaganap yung fake news kasi daming nag-share. So, bi-blame natin si Meta kasi maraming nag-share. Simple lang, ang responsibility niyan ay yung sa mga taong nag-post at sa mga nag-share. Bakit hindi naniniwala? Bakit hindi kayang tanggapin ni Congressman Acop yung basic na information na yan? Hindi nga naman si Facebook yung nag-share. Merong algorithm, pero dahil lang yan sa number of reactions, depende yan sa post mo. Platform lang naman ang Facebook. Isa lang yan sa mga platforms, ang Facebook or ang Meta or Instagram. Ang dami pang social media accounts or platforms na pwedeng gamitin. Ito na nga. Sinasabi ni Congressman Acop, kaya nga napatanong tayo, gusto bang iba ni Congressman Acop itong Meta or Facebook at Instagram, mga kababayan? Kasi ito yung sinasabi niya, kasi nga nag-evade dito sa questions regarding responsibility. Kailangan daw nilang i-visit yung current legal frameworks regarding social media platforms, mga kababayan. So anong ibig sabihin yan? Do you think regulation lang ang gustong gawin nila dyan? Dito sa pag-revisit nila? Comment kayo dyan kung anong sa tingin nyo dito, mga kababayan. Ako personally, nakikita ko dito iba, mga kababayan. Kaya nga, dito na tanong natin, gusto ni Congressman Acop i-ban ito? Kung hindi man ito i-ban, gawin itong parang TV or mainstream media na kung saan kailangan ng franchises. At the same time, kung saan na yung mga users kailangan din ng mag-register at kailangan din ng regulations. Again, sinasabi natin dito, mga kababayan, establish na yung Facebook at or Meta kung saan meron silang community guidelines. Na halimbawa, kapag harmful or hindi totoo yung post mo, merong magre-report niyan. And immediately, Facebook will act on it. Nung kumakailan nga, totoo nga naman yung nangyari doon sa UP Diliman, yung mga nagrarally na si PPNPA. I think hindi nga inabot ng isang araw. Take down nga yung post . Kasi, violation yun, hindi yun fake news. Totoong nangyari yun. Yet, violation yun sa guidelines nila kasi in favor yung pangyayari or event na yun doon sa mga terroristic activities. Parte yun ng community guidelines. Anong natin, fake news ba yun o hindi? Hindi yun fake news. Totoo yun. Yet, take down ng Facebook. Ano ibig sabihin? Itong community guidelines ng Facebook, again, established na ito, klaro na ito sa mga users nila. Hindi lang ito klaro sa mga kongresista, I think, kasi hindi naman ito gumagamit yung iba, karamihan ng mga kongresista, hindi naman gumagamit. Meron naman yan silang mga social media moderators or managers. Meron naman silang ganyan. Bakit yung ibang post hindi nila nirereklamo? Halimbawa, dito sa comment section ng Senate of the Philippines, tingnan nyo. Paulit-ulit na mga comment. No, TRICOM, good job. TRICOM, ang galing nyo. Congress, ang galing nyo. Sa tingin nyo, niniwala yung mga tao dyan? Halatang fake naman yan. So, ito mga panghuli mga kababayan, ito yung punto natin dito. Ano ba ang pinakamadaling gawin dito ng Congress? Ito, mas madali itong gawin ng Congress mga kababayan, save pa ng pera ng taong bayan kasi hindi na kailangan ng hearing. Pero of course, hindi mo ito ma-expect na immediate effect ito, pero lifetime or long term yung resulta nito mga kababayan. Ano ito? Number one, simple lang. I-educate mo yung mga users na magiging critical. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Magiging critical sa lahat ng mga information. Okay? Sa nakikita ko nga, kaya nga lumalaganap itong suporta sa mga vloggers galing sa iba't ibang tao mga kababayan kasi nagiging critical na yung mga tao, hindi na sila tumatanggap ng kahit or immediately tumatanggap ng information galing sa mainstream media. Kaya nga nangunguha sila ng dalawa or pangatlong information na talagang susuporta doon sa kung anong sinasabi ng mainstream media. Kapag hindi, disregard nila yan. Again, educate users. Paano? Mag-add kayo ng kahit sabihin natin isa o dalawang subjects sa curriculum ng mga bata, mga estudyante. Mula elementary hanggang college, tingnan natin after 5-10 years, anong mangyayari? Ito, pangalawa. Educate pa rin or enhance citizens to diligently do research kung anong nakikita nila sa social media. Napakasimple lang yan. Kapag meron sila nakakitang ganito, bago nila i-share or i-repost, turuan mo kung paano sila mag-research. Ang hirap kasi dito, kino-conclude ng Congress na kung saan ang only source or reliable source ng information ngayon ay mainstream media. Automatically hindi agree yung mga tao kasi alam ng mga tao na yung mainstream media ay bayaran. So, dito klarong-klarong mali na kaagad yung aksyon na ginagawa ninyo. Ito pangatlo, panghuli mga kababayan. Bakit kailangan ng Meta or kahit anong social media platform na sila pa yung mag-adjust? Business entity yan, meron yan silang kanilang vision, mission at goal bilang isang kumpanya at meron din silang kanilang mga community guidelines or terms and conditions na maka-benefit sa kanila. Okay? So bakit sila kailangan mag-adjust dito sa atin? Okay? Ang hirap kasi sa mga kongresista or sa mga babatas natin mga kababayan, sinasanay tayong mga Pinoy na yung ibang tao ang mag-a-adjust. Marami na yan sa ating mga batas dito na kung saan yung mga hindi nila gustong turuan yung mga tao. Yung gobyerno dapat ang mag-adjust. Kaya nasasana yung mga to. Halimbawa, yung mga ayuda na yan. 'Di ba? Instead na turuan yung mga tao kung paano magtrabaho at kumita or mag-improve ng kanilang skills para kumita, anong ginagawa? Yung gobyerno nag-a-adjust, yung gobyerno nagbibigay ng ayuda. O, di ba? Ganito din yung gustong mangyari ng Congress dito na kung saan yung mga social media platforms ang mag-a-adjust at then yung mga Pinoy na lang ang parang okay na. O, acceptable na lang kanilang behavior. Kaya hindi na-address talaga itong issue na ito. Kahit anong gawin nila dyan, kahit 10 taon pa silang mag-uusap dyan, hindi nila mariresolve yan. Kasi hindi nila pinag-uusapan ang tunay na issue. Pinag-uusapan lang nila kung paano nila babanatan itong mga vloggers na bumana sa kanila. Mag-comment kayo dyan mga kababayan kung ano masasabi nyo dito. Anyway, hanggang dito na lang po muna tayo. Paki-like and share ng videos natin and then paki-subscribe din po sa ating channel. Okay, again, huwag kalimutan mag-comment para makita natin kung anong mga masasabi nyo dito. Okay, so kita-kita tayo sa susunod na video and then maraming salamat sa lahat at magandang araw sa inyo.